Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope. If a man has not discovered something that he will die for, he isn't fit to live. We must learn to live together as brothers or perish together as fools. I look to a day when people will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. We are not makers of history. We are made by history. Nothing in all the world is more dangerous than sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity. A genuine leader is not a searcher for consensus but a molder of consensus. Freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor, it must be demanded by the oppressed. We may have all come on different ships, but we're in the same boat now. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. Love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into a friend. That old law about an eye for an eye leaves everybody blind. The time is always right to do the right thing. A man dies when he refuses to stand up for that which is right. A man dies when he refuses to stand up for justice. A man dies when he refuses to take a stand for that which is true. An individual has not started living until he can rise above the narrow confines of his individualistic concerns to the broader concerns of all humanity. Everything that we see is a shadow cast by that which we do not see. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We must build dikes of courage to hold back the flood of fear. There can be no deep disappointment where there is not deep love. All labor that uplifts humanity has dignity and importance and should be undertaken with painstaking excellence. Every man must decide whether he will walk in the light of creative altruism or in the darkness of destructive selfishness. I am not interested in power for power's sake, but I'm interested in power that is moral, that is right and that is good. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit together at the table of brotherhood. Whatever affects one directly, affects all indirectly. I can never be what I ought to be until you are what you ought to be. This is the interrelated structure of reality. If we are to go forward, we must go back and rediscover those precious values, that all reality hinges on moral foundations and that all reality has spiritual control. It is not enough to say we must not wage war. It is necessary to love peace and sacrifice for it. A nation that continues year after year to spend more money on military defense than on programs of social uplift is approaching spiritual doom. Law and order exist for the purpose of establishing justice, and when they fail in this purpose they become the dangerously structured dams that block the flow of social progress. We must concentrate not merely on the negative expulsion of war but the positive affirmation of peace.